Allowed. You are allowed to be whole.
Hello, fearless leaders. Welcome back to Allowed, the personal growth and conscious leadership podcast. I am your coach, Dr. Caneel Joyce. It's such a wonderful gift for me to have you here in this special 12-day holiday mini-series, Presents for Presents. During these 12 sessions that I'm lovingly calling the 12 Days of Christmas, remember that song? You will be discovering 12 amazing and powerful ways to reground yourself and remain in presence. Even if you do not celebrate Christmas, this series is made for you because we all deserve the gift that being fully present gives each and every one of us, the people around us, and the world. Now, presence isn't something that you can get at a store, but we are human beings after all, and it's helpful sometimes to have a little something to help you, to support you, to remind you of the gift that it is when you really are present in your life. You'll also be going to get some really cool gift ideas at the very end of this episode, so please stick around and learn about these different presents for presents. If you want to enter for a chance to win one of these presents, then all you'll have to do is go to allowedpodcast.com, sign up to become an Allowed Insider, and there you will be automatically entered to win. It's that simple. You can also go to allowedpodcast.com to find links where you can purchase each of these really cool gift ideas for yourself or someone else and get special promo codes and discounts and other fun bonuses that my friends, colleagues, and clients have offered you. If you're a manager or a leader or just have no idea what to get that certain someone in your life, then these ideas are pretty sure to inspire you, I think. They've definitely inspired me. These have been special things that have stood out amongst the many, many gifts I've received, and I think you're going to love this fun list of presents. But before we get to the gifts, let's talk about presence with a C. I love that wordplay. Thanks to my team for coming up with that. It's so cute. I think a lot of people think about presence as somebody in, lotus pose and their hands are in a mudra and they're, walking around blissful with their eyes closed. I often even get pushback about, we're too busy to be present. We've got too many important things to do. Presence is not the absence of movement or intention. Presence is like a light. It's a light turning on around you when you're in the dark room of busyness that is most of our lives and minds. Presence opens your eyes. It gives you clarity and connection to what is here now, whether you're in motion or not. Before you learn about presence, I want you to just imagine that when we're out of presence, there is a veil, and it's covering up our vision. It's covering up our access to what is here now, what is here to be creatively worked with, and what the possibilities are of everything that's unfolding in this present moment. So who doesn't have time for that? As humans, we are often trapped in patterns. That's just the way that it is. Some of these patterns show up as mindsets that are not serving you and they're not serving others. When we're outside of presence, we are in that mindset that the world is affecting us, that we are living at the effect of our conditions, our circumstances. We feel that we didn't have a role in creating any of those things. And we get reactive, understandably, like a trapped animal. We start reacting to all kinds of things. Everything takes on more meaning and importance and seriousness and gravity and emergency and urgency. And I think you may recognize that in yourself. And I think the holiday season is a great time for us to all recognize and give a little more love to that really dramatic inner child that, each of us has and that really needs that kind of love. Being in presence means we're lifting that scary, scary dark veil, and we're giving ourselves and that inner child access to the light that makes it so much less scary, that helps us to see what is here and that everything here is a gift. It helps us to find out what we are responsible for, meaning where we have control, and what we're not responsible for, what we can let go of and accept. And we may or may not like what we let go of and accept, but we can feel at peace with all of those feelings when we are in presence. Essentially, it's that state of easeful openness, of curiosity, and of unconditional gratitude. That kind of sounds like a platitude even as I say it, but I can vouch that that's true for me. And I can also attest that it's not always there. So I really like having ways to return myself to presence when I notice that I'm lost, when I notice I've forgotten that presence is always, always, always here for me. Presence is where we can all locate and discover our zones of genius. Do you know how to locate your zone of genius? It's that place where you're in ease and flow and you're creating value effortlessly. Does that sound amazing? Presence is in a state of consciousness where we are aware, where we have access to everything that the current moment has to offer, and that is everything that we need, regardless of the circumstances. During this 12-day mini-series, you'll be learning about 12 different things that you can do to easily ground yourself back in presence and see if you're willing to return. Whatever you find out is okay. Today's method is about being honest. It's a simple mindset shift where you are asking yourself what I call open, honest questions. And these are questions that help you reground back into presence. It helps you connect to curiosity. It helps you connect to reality. It helps you be with what is and find out how sexy and juicy that actually can be. So what is an open, honest question? At a very high level, an open, honest question is a question that's open-ended, meaning it's not a yes or no, it's not a black and white. It's also a question where you're genuinely open to any answer at all, meaning you don't have a preference about the answer, you don't think you know what the answer is, you're not trying to drive to a certain answer. It's an actual question, and that is what makes it so honest. It's also honest in the way that you authentically want to know the answer. Curiosity is present. So again, it's open-ended. It's open in terms of your mind is open. You're not trying to drive to a certain answer. You don't think you're right about the answer. It's honest. You actually want to know the answer. And that's it. And I've sat in rooms of hundreds of leaders who have been paired with people they've worked together for years, 10 years. And I've had them say after 3 minutes of sitting and waiting to see what open, honest question I had and listening to the answer, I know this person better now than I did after that past 10 years. This is a really, really powerful tool. And it's most easy to practice with another person. You can ask anybody at your dinner table, anybody that you connect with on the phone or on Zoom or on text over the holidays, just sit and wait for an open, honest question to arrive. Like, what am I really curious about? What can I ask where I genuinely don't know what the answer is going to be? And I actually genuinely don't have a preference for what it is. What's something that I'm actually curious about that I want to know? And that's your question. And then you ask it. I can't wait for you to try this out. I would love for you to write to me and tell me what you learn. And this can be a really great way to very quickly dissolve drama. It doesn't have to be a huge process. I actually also have a special gift idea that can help you or a friend or loved one or colleague begin to ask some open, honest questions to themselves. So this is certainly a self-coaching tool. You can learn more about your true and authentic self and your own gifts when you ask yourself these open, honest questions. You'd be surprised how much is in there that you may have had no idea about when you apply this. Now, this gift today in this giveaway series comes from an amazing leadership guru who we've actually had the pleasure of having on the Aloud podcast. Gay Hendricks is a teacher. He is a teacher who has founded the international learning center called the Hendricks Institute. And this is one that has trained many of the great teachers of our time, many of whom have been my teachers and my friends and colleagues. And the Hendricks Institute teaches core skills for conscious living and conscious loving. And a lot of this work he also runs with his wife, Katie Hendricks. For more than 40 years, Gay and Katie have helped to guide people in opening to more creativity, love, and vitality through the power of conscious relationship, and whole person learning. So very, very, very in tune with how the whole person, including the heart, the mind, the body, all work together with the soul. He's passionately committed to creating a worldwide community of people with whom we can explore new heights of love, creativity, and well-being. And I say new heights, it's me remind you of the upper limit problem. Yep, that's his work too. You can go back and listen to episode number 26 of the Aloud podcast to hear Gay speaking about conscious luck and upper limit problems. This was such a fun and enlightening conversation, one of my favorites. So please go back and check that episode out. So we're doing a giveaway, as I mentioned, each and every day of this series, where you can go to aloudpodcast.com and sign up to become an Aloud Insider and actually win one of these gifts. And today's special gift is from Gay Hendricks, and it's his 3-book set around the zone of genius. This includes The Big Leap, The Joy of Genius, and Genius Zone. Everyone on my team and I have read these, and these books are so fundamental, whether you were just learning about your zone of genius or whether you're already living in it most of the time. You can purchase these books or one of the many, many other awesome informative books that Gay and his wife have written. They also have some online courses and trainings that you can attend. And they're all at hendricks.com. And these really do make great gifts. I gave a stack of these to one of my best friends who I've mentioned. Actually, I mentioned on the Conscious Luck podcast with Gay Hendricks. And it was a hit. I really recommend that you check these out for yourself and give them away if you're so moved. And if you want a chance to win the Zone of Genius 3-book set, then go to aloudpodcast.com and sign up to become an Aloud Insider, and you'll automatically be entered to win. And for a super bonus, Gay is actually going to be signing these books himself. So the books you're going to be winning have his authentic, authorized signature in the books. And this is going to be something that I think you will treasure, and he's certainly an important figure in history. So please go and check that out at aloudpodcast.com. Don't forget to subscribe to this podcast if you haven't done so already. Season 2 is launching in January 2022, and I don't want you to miss a single beat of that, where you'll be learning to apply the lessons of Season 1 in a very practical and tangible way in your own life. And I can't think of a better way to support your New Year's resolutions than that. I hope you're having a great holiday season so far. I'll see you next time.
Aloud. You are allowed to be whole.